Alright guys, I've decided to play a bonus game of Blood Red Skies using the two aces that I do have in my collection. It's not going to be historically accurate. We are playing over Ocean, and I am playing George Preddy and Walter Borchers. So we have a P-51D Mustang and a Junkers Ju-88C heavy fighter. So I don't know how this is going to go. You guys probably know the capabilities of each of these fighters and aces. I don't. I'm just playing this blindly using the knowledge that I gained from playing the learning scenario. We'll see how it goes. Probably just going to be a little fluffy bit of fun. Again, I'm going to reinforce everything that I learned in the learning scenario. So this battle report will actually be coming up after the learning report. So keep an eye out on that. In any case, here are the cards. P-51D Mustang, Ace Pilot, George Preddy. He has Dive Master, Snapshot, Great Dive, and Deep Pockets. And we have the Ju-88C with Walter Borchers. He's got Dive Master, Giant Killer, and Heavy Hitter. So, yeah, at this point, I'm just going to give it a shot and play with my aces because I just want to play with all the toys that I have. All right, so I will be playing the dogfight scenario just for fun. Usually the player that has the most planes get to go first, but since I have an equal amount, I have to roll off to see who will go first. All right, with that being said, it seems that I have to roll off, and the low roller deploys the first element. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll for George Preddy. He's got a spade, and then Walter Borchers. So he's got a 3, which means that he gets to deploy first. I'm going to do the deployment, and then we will start turn 1. All right, so here's the deployment. It's going to be a straight-on fight, head-to-head. Now we're going to roll to see what kind of advantage level we've got. So George Preddy has got a 2, so he's going to be disadvantaged, and Walter Borchers will also be disadvantaged. Okay, so here we're at. Both planes are disadvantaged now. We get to see who goes first, and this is because they're both level 5 aces. So it'll be determined by speed, by speed, which means the Mustang gets to go first. So put this down, and we are going to move George to 7, and then +2. Which is 9, and then we are going to climb so that we are now at neutral, and that's it for that. Next up we have Walter, who has a speed of 6, so we're going to move up 6 right there, and we will also climb, bring him up to neutral, and that is the bottom of turn 1. We're going to go to the top of turn 2. All right, top of turn 2. George is going to get to go first because he is the faster of the two, even though they are all the same level. So we're going to go 7, and then another 2. And then we're going to do a 45-degree turn. I can get my little tool here. Right there. And like that. And I don't think I can shoot because they are at the same level. If I'm doing that wrong, please let me know. So what I'm going to try to do is do an outmaneuver to lower Walter's advantage level. So let's go to the dice tray here, and this is agility plus speed, right? Is it agility and pilot level? So that's actually 7, and all I need is 1 spade to be able to lower Walter's advantage level, and I got one of them, so that was a success. Walter is now going to be disadvantaged, which is quite awesome for George. That's it for his turn. At this point, it'll be Walter's turn to move. So what we're going to do is we're just going to move. There, we're going to move his 5. I think it's 5, right? Walter actually has a 6, so one more. 6, like that. Yep. And then we're going to climb to bring him back up like this. So he's back to neutral. Oh, we had to burn that. All right, so that is the bottom of turn 2. We're going to go to the top of turn 3. All right, top of the turn. George is going to move up 4, like that. And then we're going to turn 45 degrees. I have to admit that George is quite fast compared to Walter. So we're going to move 45, like that. And then we're going to try to outmaneuver Walter once more. So again, I'm going to need spades to make that happen. And we got 7 die here. And we got it. So Walter is once again outmaneuvered. So I'll lower his level right there. And put that there. And now it's Walter's turn. I think this is the disadvantage of having a big, heavy fighter versus an agile Mustang. But again, Walter has a lot of firepower if I can get him to take advantage of that. All right, so Walter's going to move his 6 to there. And once again, he's going to climb. Wow. Yeah, okay. So this is just a game of cat and mouse at this point. George is like continually outmaneuvering Walter. So, all right, that's the bottom of the turn. We're going to go to the top of the next turn. All right, top of the turn. We're going to just do a repeat of what's been happening here. So we're going to move a 4. So that's half. And then we're going to do a 45-degree turn like that. Oops. Yep, just like that. And then actually we're going to climb with George. Like that. Walter is going to do his movement. We're actually going to go 3. Like this, and then we're going to do a maneuver so that he can get 180-degree turn. Oh, you know what? I would have to burn advantage to do that. I think I will do that, so I'm going to burn advantage and then do a 180-degree turn, just like that. Which actually puts him at a precarious spot. But we have to try to start doing some shooting here, which would be nice. So, all right, that is it for the turn. We're going to move on to the next turn. All right, top of the turn. I know, guys, it seems like I'm trying to set up Walter here. But again, as I'm learning how to play, these kinds of scenarios will play out. It's not like I'm trying to take advantage of Walter. It's just the way it is. I want to learn to actually shoot. Because if you watch the learning scenario that I just did, that I did previously, I didn't get to shoot at all. So we're going to move into shooting, hopefully this turn. So we're going to move 4. Just like that. And then we're going to move on to shooting. So let's see how that works out. All right, so this is going to be my first shooting attack. I'm going to take my firepower, which is 2, and then my skill level, which is 5. So that's 7 attacks. And all I need is a spade to hit. And I missed. That was horrible. So, oh well. Sometimes that's just how it works out. We're going to move on to Walter's next turn here. We're going to move 3. Actually, we're gonna move 3. And then we're going to climb. And that'll be the turn. So, just to recap, George was in position to fire at Walter, but missed, and Walter continued to move forward and climb so that he was not at a disadvantage. We're going to move to the next turn. All right, top of the turn, I have been missing something from George, and that is that he gets +1 speed. So I'm actually going to move George a full 10 because he has speed 9, like this. 2, 3, and then we're going to do a maneuver. So we're going to burn advantage and do a maneuver to do a 180-degree turn, just like that. All right, so that's it for George. We're now going to move on to Walter. He's going to do his full movement here. Seems to be showing his tail end to George all the time, but that's because the Mustang is quite fast. So, and then we're going to climb with Walter. So that is it for the turn. We're going to go on to the next turn. All right, top of the turn. I can see why playing a number of different elements in a game is a little bit more exciting than one-on-one ace combat here. But we're going to play through. So we're going to move George. He's going to move his... I guess he'll move half, which is actually going to be 5 to there. And then we are going to outmaneuver Walter so we can lower his advantage level. Again, I'm going to have to roll for that. So let's take a look and see what we need to do. So we have to compare the pilot level. Obviously they're even because they're both aces. That means I will need to take my pilot level and my agility, which is 2 and 5 respectively. And now I have to roll. And if I get a spade, I lower his advantage. And I get it. So that's going to bring Walter down to neutral. Like that. And now it's Walter's turn. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to move Walter 6 like this. And then we're going to burn advantage once again and do 180-degree turn. And then that's pretty much it for this turn. I want to get another shooting. So this is what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to play one more turn. I'm going to see if I can actually get a hit on Walter, and then we're going to call it a day because really this game was meant to have squadrons, and while it's fun playing ace versus ace, it seems to be just a repeat. The Mustang is quite fast compared to Walter, so it's possible that it just will not work out the way I want it to work out. But at least I'm learning and reinforcing the knowledge that I have with Blood Red Skies, so that the next time I play, it'll be more exciting. So we're going to go to the next turn. All right, top of the turn. I'm going to move 7. And then we'll do 2 more, like that. And now I'm going to do my turn, like that. And now I am in range to fire. But the question I have, guys, is if I enter clouds or terrain, does that affect my shooting in any way? Does it affect visibility for anybody that shoots at me? I haven't gone that far in the rulebook yet, so if you do know that answer, please let me know. At this point, I'm going to shoot at Walter, since he is at disadvantage and I'm at neutral, so I have a better advantage than Walter does. Bring it back here for the rolling. So to shoot, so I take my level, which is 5, and then my firepower, which is 2, which is again 7. Looks like I'm rolling 7s all the time. I need at least 1 spade in order to hit, and I get 1, so finally get a hit in. And at that point, if a hit is scored, the target adds his pilot and agility and rolls that many dice. Okay, so Walter has a 5, right? And then his agility is 1, so that's 6. So we're trying to avoid it, and we want a spade. If he does get a spade, then he avoids getting hit. And he got 2 of them. So while George was successful in shooting him, the heavy armor of the Ju-88C was able to prevent that damage from getting through and causing a boom chip to appear. Alright guys, I'm actually going to call it here. So I was able to do stuff I wasn't able to do in the learning scenario. Learning and getting the hang of the play sequence. It was kind of fun playing ace against ace. However, I think with the speed of George Preddy, it would have been just the same thing over and over and over again, just trying to get that advantage down so that he could shoot at Walter. But in any case, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. This is just a bonus video. It's not a big deal. The next actual Blood Red Skies video will be an actual dogfight out of the Battle of Midway book. And hopefully that'll be more exciting. We'll have more planes on the board. And yeah, that's it. If you like this video, go ahead and click like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I appreciate it if you would. Click the bell notification icon to get notified of all new battle reports coming out of the channel, and click the link in the description below to join our Discord server. That's the best way I can personally interact with you and chit-chat you about Blood Red Skies and any other game that we cover on the channel. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more battle reports from Wargaming Noob Historical.